All right, so day 12, guys. Welcome back to Tomboy Official Podcast. I've got plenty of time to record today. So, yesterday was day 11. I think I was posting the evening part before I actually finished my evening. It ended up being a wonderful evening. It was a lot of fun. Met some new people. Wasn't really trying to meet anybody, but just kind of came naturally with the social situations. And it was hard sleeping on time after. That's one reason why I like to leave early. I try not to screw up my sleep schedule. I have screwed up my sleep schedule multiple times before, but I kind of try not to sometimes. Like, again, I'm not like 110% about it. Like, I'm not like too strict, but it's like I got up to try to start saying my goodbyes and leaving at like 9:55 p.m. And we started at the second venue at 9 p.m. So I didn't even know if I was going to make it to the second venue, and then it was right next door, so I was like, let me just pop in real quick. Didn't spend any money, hardly. I mean, I spent $20 tipping the saxophone player, and I wouldn't have even had to spend that. I didn't buy any drinks at the next door place, Barrel and Board. I considered when I was leaving, I was like, maybe some of my friends, another crew, maybe they're at Riches or Flicks. But I was like, let me just go back to the hotel and start sleeping, because I knew it would be a rough morning this morning. Which brings me to this morning. I woke up at 5 a.m. My intention for today, basically, for day 12 now. So, well, let me read the quote, actually. So the quote for day 12 is, if you smile, even if you're feeling bad, the action of the muscles will trick your brain into thinking you're happy. That's Candace Bushnell. And the quote at the bottom says, as you go through your day today, take time to stop, take a deep breath, and smile. So good day, good night. My weekend is coming to a close. I definitely feel a lot better, though. It helps me to get the freak out of town. And okay, so my intention for the day, other than a little bit of planning, it wasn't really my intention, but I did do a little bit of planning for like trips and stuff, because I'm like, let me just get these things on my calendar, because if I don't, I think people are just gonna fill up their weekend. So I'm trying to get up snowboarding, either to Mountain High, Bear, or both. So I got to see, and then yeah, I'd have to basically see. And then as far as like I don't know what I was saying. I totally just blanked. Sorry. Yeah, the intention for the day was basically that was my intention, just trying to plan some stuff with friends. I got some clarity on other people's schedules a little bit, so trying to plan out winter and spring snowboarding. And some other little bit of problem solving for kind of I'm kind of feeling crammed in my LA space a little bit. The bedroom I'm in there is a little since I've been working in there since summer, and I noticed that desk isn't very comfortable for me. But I can't really fit like a really nice chair or desk, and that the desk I have was actually given to me by a family friend, their family. So I don't really want to trash it. But I might actually end up getting a like one of those couch beds, like not so much like the futon type, but the like those pull out sofa bed things. I notice when I'm at extended stays, I like those a lot. I like extended stays because they have that kind of like couch, and then there's like that pull out bed. I don't like sleep in the bed necessarily, but I've seen that they have them with memory foam. An option for another brand has them with memory foam, and they're kind of like leather couches. So I found a place in LA that sells them. So if I'm not too tired when I drive back today, I might go and price it and then see what it would take to kind of get one delivered. And I'd just rather have them just deliver it and put it together, in all honesty. Like, I don't want to deal with all that. And I mean, I'm home most of the time anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. And so yeah, that's my intention for today. Mostly was planning that stuff and have some plans with friends and just doing kind of a chill Sunday thing. Today I'm grateful for just good times with friends, mostly. Like, I really don't have a whole lot of different stuff to say other than that. I mean, it's kind of the highlight of my weekend, getting to see people that I love to see and love to be around and love them as humans and friends. Like, we've definitely dealt with a lot together, that's for sure. And then the process of everyone getting to know each other and stuff. Today, basically, all I'm doing is, I started the shopping early in the morning, and I think I got pretty far with it. So I might view that item. If I'm too tired, once the person comes to get this car, the rental car for me, I can always do it like Monday or whatever. I don't have to do it today because I'm not buying it today anyways. I do need to clean though, so I'll probably have to clean. And actually, I'll probably do some measurements too. But I'll see. I gotta see the address. If it's on my way to the house, then I'll check it out. If it's not on my way, then I'm not gonna check it out. And I have the car till like 8 or 8:30 p.m. So a lot of that is combined with the morning brain dump. I got some other podcast episodes to record. I didn't portion out how many minutes I'm spending doing these, but I kind of had options today. Last night I was saying, I want to wake up early and then go to the gym and do the gym and shower at the gym. And I was like, I'm going to be so crunched for time doing all that. Like, so basically I just did a warm up from like 10 to 10:30. It wasn't the best of warm-ups because only really 10 minutes of it was actually warming up. I was trying to like cram in a workout for like 30 minutes and then I was doing a lot of texting and stuff, and then the next thing I know, it was 20 minutes later, and I'm like, oh shoot, because I was trying to collaborate all the snowboard stuff with people and send out the messages and stuff before I leave town, because I told somebody last night that I would send it, and then I told another friend that I'm about to see in a couple hours. I just want him to have the schedule, and then I'm gonna tell everybody else, in case they want to go, but I don't think, ooh, phone's falling. I don't think people are that interested, so I'm not really gonna try to like force it or like, like overly try to plan. Like, I'll just see who might be interested, and then maybe just send them out an invite. Otherwise, leave that alone. Let me see. I feel like there's somebody else I needed to mention, to text or something. I'm not too focused this morning. But yeah. So yeah, I had a good night. I don't think I really want to talk about it too much right now, but it was good. That's all I really want to share. Yes, and it was definitely hard leaving. And actually, before I actually went to meet up last night, if you did hear the recording before, I went and did some like walking, warming up, kind of nearby the area, and scoped out the area where we were gonna meet that night, because it was like nearby anyways. And then, I kind of just started thinking, it kind of hit my mind. I was like, yeah, this could be my life again pretty soon. I mean, I don't know if I'd really have the same car. I don't know where I'd be living, but I kind of drove around near my old neighborhood and drove around near, the places where I usually hang out. And last night I was like walking around down there and like, where I parked and everything, and just like walking back to the car, and I was like, this is so familiar. And then when I got back to the hotel, and I was like, oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Like, I gotta leave, So it's kind of, I was like, I'm not gonna be sad about it. I'm gonna use that as momentum, because I mean, like, I feel like I've been out of town from out here for such a long time now that I've kind of forgotten kind of how it feels to be around here again. And now that I'm over here, it's like amazing. I don't want to leave. And so, yeah, I've got plans in the works with friends. Not just friends out here, but friends in other places too. I'm excited about that. It's taken a while for me to be able to like make plans to see people. Let me see. Yeah, I remember who I was gonna message real quick. Let me see. So, alright. I gotta do this stuff now, because I don't like texting people in the middle of lunch. Let me see, it's gonna be a Monday. Let's see. Alright. So, I don't know if I want to meet at any of these places. I'm trying to make plans with somebody and I don't know where I want to meet. Let's do Arcadia. Azusa. Let's see. All right. 1 second. Let me see. All right. I think that made sense. Sorry. I'm just trying to plan everything. It's kind of hard to coordinate, and I don't really like planning. So, for me, it's kind of, what I've learned is kind of easier is if I know I'm going to be in an area, try not to go just for one day or like Saturday, Sunday when it's usually the busiest out. I actually prefer to meet on weekdays, but if it's weekends, I don't like peak hours and stuff. But trying to meet on weekends, or weekdays, I mean, or do other stuff during weekdays. So I'm trying to coordinate with some friends that I have that live like 30, 40 something minutes from the mountains, just to see if we can meet up, or, you know, if they have any preferences for like areas where they might want to meet up that might be maybe about a 40-minute drive one way for either of us, 30, 40 minutes. Because from where I drive in LA to get to these other people in LA, it's already like an hour away. So it's like, I'd rather drive from the resort like 45 minutes versus driving, yeah, because they live up near like Angeles Forest area, like on the LA County side. So it's just really, it's really a bit of a challenge to try to plan a bunch of stuff. Everybody's so busy, and for once I'm not the busiest one, or one of the busier ones. Before, for me, I feel like it was more the energy spent. It wasn't so much that I was busy, it was more so that I was spending all my energy. And so since that has passed, I'm kind of trying to figure out kind of what works best for me. So lately I'm just kind of like noticing that I don't really want to inconvenience anyone, and I don't want to inconvenience myself. I want to do everything that I want to do and see everybody that I want to see, but I think I've seen all the people that are like immediately like right near me, and the people I haven't seen yet are the ones that are like a little far away. So yeah, the people who are a little far away, they can be a little harder to spot and, you know, plan with. And people are super flaky. So I kind of don't like going by other people's schedules, because it's like, if I'm inconveniencing myself and I'm the only one who I know is going to show up, that doesn't make any sense. And so, like, that's why I tell people with snowboarding specifically, because if we're not carpooling anyways, they can meet me at the mountains on the weekend that they want to meet. If I'm there, like, say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or something like that, they can always meet me up there. I feel like that's perfectly acceptable. If they're going to make it on the weekend, they can meet me on the weekend. And if they're not going to make it, then that's not, I'm not going to plan and prepay all this stuff that I'm trying to do, even though I'll get refunds and stuff. But it's like, it still ties up some money. So, waiting for the money to come back into my account and stuff. So it's like, I don't really like to be booking stuff based on other people's plans, because most people just want to do weekends, and then they can't even confirm weekends. And because I already have the pass, it's like, well, they're going to have to commit and buy their own day pass. Like, they can't just, I can't do anything about that. So I feel like it's not solid unless somebody's actually purchased their pass, because you have to purchase it before you get there. So I'm like, well, if I'm just going to be there anyways, you can just meet me up there. Shoot. Like, I'm not going to just say, oh, I'm only going to go these days, and then I wanted to go, like, during the week. I prefer going during the week, because you get more runs in. It's a lot less crowded. You don't have to really deal with much. Like, you get the traffic, you get the rush hour traffic. But if you can get off the slopes, either get off the slopes by 4, or you stay till like maybe 6:30. So go later. Like, there's night boarding, so you can stay later. But I like to leave and be off the mountain by, like, if I'm driving, even though I'll be renting cars and they have they're way better condition than mine. I don't really think I want to, I don't know. If I'm not really, I'm not super comfortable driving downhill. It's not that I'm not comfortable with the drive at night. It's more so that, people tailgate you, and there are people who kind of like have maybe really quick reflexes. Like, when I'm tired and exhausted, driving is not like the easiest thing for me to do. And, after like 8 hours of like being in high altitude and like on the mountain and doing something very physically exhausting, it's going to be really hard to just fully, have all my energy ready to be driving, even though the drive to the hotel is only 20 minutes. And so that's kind of my thought process around everything. But I'll wait and see what everyone responds. So far, March 18th is looking like a go. But before, people said January. So I think I'm just going to go at the end of this month, and I'll go a couple times next month. And I want to get all my pass worth the first time I go. I want to break even on this pass, because I already spent the money. So that's why I'm trying to do this one instead of going to Bear first, even though Bear is better. I practice at this place because it's closer, it's smaller, it's easier, it's cheaper. I know it better. But I think I came up with a plan that's going to work out pretty good. Some of my friends only want to go up like once. I want to go up like a lot, especially because it's a good season. We haven't had a good season in a very long time. Like a very, 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 very long time. Like, I think the last good season I remember was when I was in community college, near like 2003, 2005. Maybe it was later on, like in my bachelor's program, like around 2006 or something like that. But it, yeah, I feel like it was before I moved to San Diego, and I've been down there 9 years already. And the whole time we've been in San Diego, I think just the first year I didn't really check. And the first year I was driving up to LA a lot too. So I feel like if the season was good, I would have known because I was still hanging around people who snowboarded all the time. So yeah, there's all this stuff going on. And I'm not too I'm just gonna wait. Basically, I'm just gonna wait for people to buy their stuff. I'm not gonna do more than that. I'm not gonna take it seriously. If other people aren't buying their passes, I don't think I'll. Yeah, if other people aren't buying their passes, then I don't really know. About that, but and yeah. So I don't really know. I'm kind of like still trying to kind of feel out my schedule. I don't want to go wild just like buying a bunch of stuff. That's not my intention, but I'm kind of like I need to get this out of the way. It's been pending since like November, so and the season is limited. Southern California snowboarding is not like it's not like the surf season where you can just surf all freaking year pretty much. Like I know winter out here you can't really surf too easily because of the surf advisory warnings and all the like when there are storms, like the waves are pretty nuts out here and it's not really that safe. But so yeah, you don't usually see surfers out in the winter all the time. But I mean, yeah, they come out in the mornings and stuff too though, but yeah, you don't really see them that much. Not like all the time, like not like the rest of the year. So yeah, it's kind of like hidden gems. Torrance is kind of like hidden gems for surf spots. Palos Verdes area, Redondo Beach. Like they're not very crowded. Venice is good. El Porto. I don't know. Dockweiler. Dockweiler's noisy. But those are the ones that are probably closest to me. Santa Monica. Santa Monica's busy though. Malibu too, but it's freaking far depending which direction you're coming from. And then yeah, all the Orange County and San Diego, that's all reachable too. So, yeah, all those cities, Hermosa, all that. So, yeah, I feel like we're just figuring things out now. So, I gotta keep my eyes open about stuff. Otherwise, I'm just coasting through my days, through the weekends. And then I think yeah. I think I'm kind of like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to see kind of what's going down. But yeah, like, I don't know. I think the thing that can keep this, my energy as is pretty much. I mean, I like to have a little bit of freedom, you know. I've been kind of feeling that freedom more. Like every time I go down to San Diego, I get a taste of it. So, like, I'm not saying that I'm not free staying with my folks. It's just, it's a different kind of freedom. It's like, you know, there's kind of more cooking appliances. I can kind of make more foods. My bills are a little bit different. There's a lot of stuff that I don't really have to deal with. So it's kind of more on the peaceful end, but I'm just kind of feeling a little crammed, and to be able to do other types of stuff, it's a little bit tiring. But yeah, I'm kind of all over the place this morning, honestly. But yeah, I didn't want to go to the gym, and then I can do that later, or I can work out later tonight. But I'm just trying to make it more comfortable where I live. If I'm going to be there, let's just make it comfortable. I'm a big believer in putting things off. Like, putting them off until I kind of feel like, able to kind of fully do things the way I want. But I'm kind of challenging myself a bit on that, and maybe trying not to do that so much. Because I think sometimes delaying the process kind of makes it just a little bit more stressful than it needs to be. So even though I know I'm going to move again, I might buy some furniture, some different furniture, and I can take that furniture with me, and just trying to make some kind of plan around, like, the space that I'm in, to kind of maybe upgrade it a little. Like, I don't need to do like a whole like makeover kind of thing, but just a little bit more towards my liking. Like, the furniture I have in there now, I didn't really have any say in it. I had other furniture before. I used to have a twin bed, like an upright desk that I think had like a long drawer like across the lap, and like 2 or 3 side drawers, and then a bookshelf up top. So we took that out to move in the furniture. Like, so I have 2 nightstands, a full bed, a horizontal dresser, an upright dresser, and a small desk that I mentioned. And so that room's pretty crammed. It's not that big of a room. And so I think I'm gonna, move on getting some different furniture in there. I don't need that much furniture, but I might need to plan it out a little bit. I'll see if I do anything with the dressers. Like, I don't need to take them out. And once I eventually move, I can see if I need to take that other stuff out or not. Like if I need to take any of it with me or if I just want to keep it at my family's place. I think either way would be fine. I'm not buying something this ultra expensive either. So, but I want it to be good quality. So, I don't know. But that's kind of all that's really on my mind. Like I said, I need to budget everything first too. Sunday's usually my budget day. So I'm not going to book or buy any of this stuff. I'm just gonna, this is my early shopping around process. But we'll see. And yeah, some of the stuff I get, depending on what I get, I'm gonna make sure it's stuff that I can take once I move, so I can have stuff to take to like a new spot. So, yeah, I'm not gonna just like trash it all like I did last time when I moved. I'm not just gonna have like a junk removal come and just like take everything. But yeah, I think it would buy me some more space, and I'd feel a little more comfortable with that, because I try to get more done in the living room, but it's just not ideal for me. Like, there's too much chatter and talking, and it's just too noisy for me. Like, I can't think. Like, I can think in spurts, but it's like, you know, I hear family members on the phone, and then they're always walking through, and every time they're walking through, they have something to say. And it's like, not in a bad way, but it's just like I'm not really trying to talk. Like, and once I get my focus broken a little bit, it's like, you guys know how it is. It's like, goodness, like, come back to earth, But trying to study and stuff isn't really helpful. An uncomfortable desk in an uncomfortable room. And I could get a desk chair too. That might help the situation, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about it though. I'll see what actually comes of it. I'm thinking about it, but yeah, I really don't want to. I don't want to sleep on it too long. But yeah, so I'll see if I record the rest of this tonight. After I finish my day today, and I guess we'll see what happens. Oh shoot, I just hit record. So yeah, ending day 12. My favorite part of the day was kind of being reminded how much I love techie stuff. I was at this lunch with a lot of previous work friends, that we've all stayed in touch, and different generations of the same job site, basically. And a lot of us still talk, or talk to other people and stuff. And we just started kind of talking about like tech stuff a little bit, and yeah, we were talking about like ChatGPT and like other stuff, and then I started doing some podcast recording for like a little over 2 hours, and I was like, yeah, like I like these topics. Now I'm on a tired brain today. I woke up early, around 5 something in the morning, and went out late the night before. I think I slept like around 12:30 p.m. But my energy was good today. I mean, I didn't start getting tired till around 8 p.m., but I had to wait for the car rental place to come get the car, and then they ended up in Long Beach, and they're like, oh, we're like 30 minutes away, so Um, I'm kind of like whatever, but yeah, I was tired, and I was like, okay, they're gonna pick it up at 8:30. They didn't end up getting there, so closer to like 9:30 something, and they said it was gonna be 8:40. So I was already like, it's gonna be a little bit late. And then I don't know how they ended up in the wrong place. Like, I think they left at the wrong time or something, or did something different, because to me it just didn't make sense that, they're supposed to get to me by 8:30. They I get a text confirmation that they're gonna arrive at 8:40 p.m., which is already 10 minutes late. I was just tired. That's why I was like, I don't want to like end up accidentally missing it, like, because if I'm late more than 10 minutes, like if they were supposed to come at 8:30 p.m., my limit to meet this driver outside would have been 8:40 p.m. And then the first message I I noticed is that, yesterday they sent me the confirmation at around 6 p.m. Then again around 8:30 p.m. they sent the same thing. Then today at 5:30 p.m. they kept reminding me that I can still extend the car by 2 hours if I need to, if I text them within 1 hour of that message. Then an hour past that, around 6:30, they sent me a text about the refueling, that they refuel it. Then around 8:01, the driver says he's going to be there around 8:40 p.m. And then it said that they arrived at 8:54 p.m. and they weren't there. And then it said that they were delayed to 9:25 p.m. And then, in between that, they had called me. But I'm like, whatever, it's not like a big deal. But I was just tired, so I was like, that was the only thing that kind of went weird today. Otherwise, it was all pretty smooth. And let me see what else. 5 things I accomplished today. I mean, I feel like I accomplished some things socially, intellectually, kind of, like just something, like, yeah, I've learned a few things today. And things I'll accomplish tomorrow. Back to work on the website. I'm seeing if I'm gonna price some furniture. Gotta get some exercise. Tonight I'm sending love to a friend that wasn't able to make it today. End of day thoughts. Today was a good one. I've missed my friends, and I was glad to see a lot of them yesterday and today. I'm pretty like um like I don't know, like I'm trying to think about, different parts of today. Like today felt weird. Not in a bad way at all. Like it just felt weird. Like I had a weird energy. Just kind of last minute I ended up changing the plans I had made to work out, and instead ended up doing some podcast recording. That's what that timestamp was. I was wondering why I wrote that. I think I was recording till like 12:30 p.m. Because I was like, why did I write 11:30? I keep track of how much time I spend recording so that I know that I did it. And so I've been kind of recording a lot tonight, and since earlier this evening. And so that's something that I got pretty far on. I've got some more episodes coming up, I think. Well, I don't know, actually, what's coming up. We'll see if we get into day 13. But I don't know, I wasn't really... Sorry, this bed is just like creaky. It's terrible on my back. If I'm like sitting upright in this bed, it's just like terrible. Like it doesn't, like, I don't know. It's got a weird, it just doesn't help my back. It doesn't help at all. I wasn't really going to get into some of these quotes, but I'm thinking we already read the quotes earlier, but the thing about smiling, if you smile, even if you're feeling bad, the action of the muscles will trick your brain into thinking you're happy. That quote was by Candace Bushnell. Now, I don't know if this is coming directly from psychological research, but I know that does show up in the literature often in psychology. Like, that's something that, you hear multiple professors speak to that. And it's, like behavioral activation of any kind. Just like doing something when you don't feel like doing it. Not talking about like crossing your boundaries or like making yourself do something that you're like ashamed of or whatever, but like when you're like, say if I don't want to work out and I have time and energy to do it, I'm just kind of like, just one more movie, kind of one more video kind of thing. Instead, in that time that I could have spent watching a 20, 25, 30-minute sitcom or an hour and a half to 2 hour movie, I could have been doing something active instead. And instead just decided to watch yet another video or something like that. I think that can be helpful to kind of like force yourself to do what's kind of in the plan for the day. That's one thing I kind of like about this book is that it quickly gets you thinking about what am I going to do today? What did I do today? What am I going to do tomorrow? I feel like those are questions I hadn't really asked myself for like a really long time. Like what I was going to do today was always based on what I already knew I was going to do tomorrow. Like there was never really too much of a thought process of it because I was in a rhythm with work. I just forgot it to turn off my vape pen from like an hour 90 minutes ago. So sorry. My stomach is doing some kind of weird thing. I don't know what's up. My stomach does not feel good all of a sudden. I don't think I'm sick. I didn't really eat anything weird. I don't even know. I'll just ignore it, I guess. But yeah, like when people force themselves to do something that they didn't want to do, it does keep up the momentum. And you remember that next time. You're like, well, I forced myself yesterday. And your mind will start saying things like, I've already been consistent for this many days. Like the excuses will start changing after a while of like forcing yourself to do stuff. And instead of all the excuses that we make that come up out of some form of exhaustion and stress, saying, oh, I don't want to do that, where you very well know that you kind of do want to do that, you can only really easily think of the reasons why, like, oh, I'm tired, oh, it's too late, like, what if it disrupts, my energy, and then I get too hyped up and I can't go to sleep, I can't work out. And it's kind of funny because I can even record all this kind of stuff and even know what's happening when I'm doing it and still notice that I still, it just because I know doesn't mean that it really fully changes me on anything. Like that's a whole different process. Like knowing about it is one thing. Like we can talk about it, we can read about it, but I really do think like until somebody's ready to do something, they're not really gonna do it. So I think pretty much all of us have had an experience like that, like kids, like there is a nature to it as well. Like kids crave candy and sugars and stuff for a reason. But there is a time in people's lives, I think, where eventually they kind of cross over into this other space and start eating a little healthier, like wanting healthy food, not just wanting like a happy meal or whatever, like wanting like healthier choices, kind of like understanding it a little bit more. I mean, some people don't ever fall out of the unhealthy eating patterns and stuff, but I would say a lot of people do. They fall kind of out of it. Like, like I remember when I would go to the mall when I was younger and I would just, there was this candy, I don't know, it's called like Factory or Candy Factory. I don't know, one of those places with all this candy, all these just like wild colors everywhere and just like bins and bins of like all these different kind of candies, chocolates, gums, gummy things, like all sorts of candies, just lining the walls and like the cabinets and everything, display cases, like everything. Like that's like a kid's like favorite store, and I can't imagine myself doing that now, like going there and spending hard-earned money on candy, like like when I'm just gonna sit and eat candy. Like it's just like a weird thought to me now, like that there's a whole store so people can buy candy. But it definitely appeals to children. I mean, adults like candy and stuff too. Like, this is a stupid example. Like, I don't hate candy or anything. I'm just saying, like, I think that there is a point in time where those types of stores aren't, like, the most exciting thing about the mall. You know what I mean? It's like people grow up and start thinking that way about other stuff. Like, maybe not about candy, but about shoes or sneakers or whatever clothing styles they like or whatever. Like, I think the mall has something for almost everybody. I used to like those stores, those music stores and stores like Spencer's and those kind of like gift stores and those stores that had like all the figurines of like warlocks and all the Magic the Gathering cards and all that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff I used to like. I don't think I've changed that much since I was a teenager on most of that stuff. I rarely go to the mall for any reason. There's a mall that has a gym. There's a mall in San Diego that has a gym, and I'll go there sometimes. And then there's like this hat kiosk outside that gym. Like, not right outside, but I think it's like, a store's length away or something. And I'll get hats there sometimes. And I've been going to that mall for I don't know how many years, and I don't think I've gone to too many other places there other than those. And I used to shop at the Target, but that Target parking lot sucks. And I don't like Target anyways. Like, I don't know. For me, certain stores are just too busy for me. I'm just like, hey, I hate this. Like, so I kind of hate those kind of stores, so I don't really go to them anymore. It's never really a necessity. Like, sometimes maybe you need something on your way out, and you're like, oh, shoot, like, I needed to bring, like, whatever this was or whatever, but, yeah, like, usually you don't need that kind of stuff. Like, usually, if I want something that Target might have, I'll usually shop around on Amazon. To me, that's how I get most things that I need, because I don't like to go inside of stores if I don't have to. If I can wait a couple days for Amazon Prime, usually if I can buy it online, then I'm gonna buy it online, honestly. I bought all kinds of stuff online, guys. Like, toothbrush stuff, like kind of like all kinds of like toiletries and things. Like, you wouldn't believe, the stuff that's on there. Like, basically I can shop a little bit in advance. And then they have the food delivery. I haven't even used that, but I hear it's good. So anyways, yeah, I've basically had a good day. It's been a long day, and I've been feeling weird. I don't know why. Like, I started trying to put it into words and just went off on some other tangent far, far from here. But I don't know how to describe how I was feeling today. maybe a little disconnected. I'm pretty tired, but I don't feel like high strung. I don't feel like anxious really. I was a little frustrated with the driver situation. Like, dude, just like, I'm tired. But also, I didn't want to sleep that late. That early. So I'm kind of glad I had to wait up for him. Because I probably would have been in bed by like 8 p.m. And yeah, like I'm pretty impressed. That car only took $41 to fill. And that's between LA and San Diego round trip, as well as driving around in San Diego. $41. It was a Charger. I don't know what. Let me see. I think I took a picture. Let's see. Apparently I took a bunch of pictures. What was this? Okay, I passed it. That wasn't even this week. Ah, there it is. Charger 2. Is it 4? I don't know. Looks like Roman numeral 2 and then 4. So I don't know what that means. But drives nice. It's really smooth. It's higher up, wider, longer than what I'm used to driving. I got a little baby Eclipse. It's the tiny little thing. But yeah, this car was a beast. Like, I was driving it up hills, and I'm like, dude, this car, like, that engine just smoothly took it. But yeah, yeah, I had a really good weekend. I feel like so much better than I did if I think about, like, well, last weekend was fun because I went out. But if I think about how I was feeling like before the last couple weekends, yeah, I feel definitely way better. It was nice seeing everybody, and it was a fun time. It's crazy because I have like 2 main groups of friends down there. I have other friends elsewhere, but I have 2 main groups of friends down there, and then a sprinkle of other people around down there and other places. But I have 2 kind of crews down there, and I got to see both of them in one weekend, so that was pretty cool. There's always some overlap, but yeah, like I tend to just like, I don't know, like I usually have a good time down there, but this is the first time I've gone down there without having to work. So it was a different experience, like I wasn't working at all. I was just there for the weekend. I've gone weekends where I had to work, like on the weekdays, but this isn't the same. I was like, everyone else is talking about, oh, I got work tomorrow, and I'm like, oh shoot, I don't. Well, I got my own stuff I'm doing for sure, but I don't call it work, which is weird. I mean, what qualifies something as work, right? Um, but yeah, well, I'm gonna end this recording because it's getting late at night. And with that, thanks for listening.